I want you to take a deep breath in with me. Inhale. Exhale. Now, look around you. Look at this room. Look at the life you're living right now and realize this truth: you are stronger than you think. The truth is, life will throw challenges your way. People will test you. Situations will seem impossible. But there is a powerful secret that many successful individuals have learned to embrace. You don't have to let it bother you. Today, I'm here to tell you, no matter the storm, no matter the weight, no matter how many times you've been knocked down, learn to act as if nothing bothers you. And I know what you're thinking, but how? How can I act like everything's okay when life feels like it's falling apart? I'm here to show you that it's not about pretending to be perfect. It's about recognizing your own resilience, your inner strength, and your ability to choose peace in the middle of the chaos. So let's dive in. Because if you can act as if nothing bothers you, you will unlock a power within you that will shift your perspective, your actions, and your entire life. Let's get started. Mastering emotional control is one of the most profound skills you can develop in life. Emotions are a powerful force within us. They influence our decisions, shape our relationships, and even impact our physical health. Yet despite their power, many people let their emotions control them. The ability to master emotional control is not about suppressing or denying feelings. It's about choosing how to respond to them in a way that serves your best interests and helps you maintain peace of mind. When you learn to control your emotions, you can face life's challenges with greater calm, resilience, and clarity. Every day we encounter situations that trigger emotional responses, be it frustration with a colleague, anxiety about a future event, or anger at an unfair situation. These emotional triggers are natural. They are a part of being human. However, how you respond to these emotions is what ultimately defines your experience. Instead of allowing the emotion to dictate your behavior or mindset, mastering emotional control means recognizing that you have a choice in how you react. You can decide to step back, take a deep breath, and assess the situation from a place of clarity rather than being consumed by the emotional charge of the moment. The first step in mastering emotional control is awareness. You cannot control what you do not understand, and this holds true for your emotions. Often, we act impulsively, letting emotions such as fear, anger, or frustration take the reins. However, if you take a moment to acknowledge what you're feeling, whether it's stress, irritation, sadness, or any other emotion, you begin to break the automatic pattern of reaction. By simply noticing how you feel and naming that emotion, you create a space between the feeling and your response. This awareness allows you to decide whether or not you want to act on that emotion or choose a different path. Another crucial aspect of emotional control is the recognition that emotions are temporary. In moments of intense emotional reaction, it can feel as though the emotion will consume you or that it will last forever. However, the truth is that emotions, no matter how strong, are transient. They arise, they peak, and eventually they fade. When you remind yourself of this, it becomes easier to let go of the overwhelming urge to act impulsively. For instance, when you're angry, you may feel compelled to lash out or say something hurtful. However, if you recognize that anger is a fleeting emotion, you can allow it to pass before responding. This practice of sitting with your emotions instead of acting immediately helps you avoid saying or doing things you might later regret. It's also important to recognize that emotions do not define who you are. Just because you feel a certain way in a particular moment doesn't mean that you are that emotion. You are not your anger, sadness, or frustration. These are temporary states that are part of the human experience. Understanding this distinction is crucial in cultivating emotional control. If you tie your identity to your emotions, it becomes much harder to detach from them when necessary. However, if you can view your emotions as passing waves, temporary feelings that come and go, it becomes easier to manage them without letting them dictate your actions or mood. One of the most effective tools for mastering emotional control is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment, fully experiencing what's happening around you without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without becoming consumed by them. When you practice mindfulness, you create space between an emotional trigger and your reaction. For example, when you feel anger rising in response to something, mindfulness allows you to step back and ask yourself why you feel this way and whether or not it's worth reacting to. This practice of non-judgmental awareness helps you avoid knee-jerk reactions and allows you to choose a more measured, thoughtful response. In addition to mindfulness, developing a strong emotional intelligence EQ is crucial in mastering emotional control. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, while also being able to empathize with and influence the emotions of others. People with high EQ are able to remain calm under pressure, navigate social dynamics with ease, and respond to challenges with resilience. They can also regulate their emotions in a way that fosters positive relationships and reduces conflict. One aspect of emotional intelligence is self-regulation. Learning to manage your emotional reactions so that they're appropriate for the situation at hand. Instead of allowing emotions like anger or frustration to dictate your actions, emotionally intelligent individuals pause, reflect, and make conscious choices about how they want to respond. Part of self-regulation is learning how to respond rather than react. When we react, we are often acting on impulse, driven by the raw emotion of the moment. Reactions are automatic and typically lead to outcomes that are not in our best interest. On the other hand, responding involves a deliberate choice to pause, reflect, and decide how to act. This might involve taking a few deep breaths, stepping away from the situation, or simply allowing the emotion to settle. Responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively can be the difference between maintaining your peace and getting caught up in unnecessary drama. Another powerful technique for mastering emotional control is practicing self-compassion. When we face emotional challenges, it's easy to become frustrated with ourselves for not handling the situation better or for not staying calm in the face of adversity. However, this self-criticism only fuels negative emotions and prevents us from growing. Self-compassion, on the other hand, involves treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during moments of emotional difficulty. It's about recognizing that you're human, that emotions are part of the process, and that it's okay to experience them. By practicing self-compassion, you create a healthier relationship with your emotions, allowing you to manage them more effectively. Furthermore, emotional control doesn't mean you need to suppress your feelings or pretend that everything is okay when it's not. It's not about denying your emotions. It's about choosing how to express them in a way that is constructive and aligned with your goals. For example, if you feel upset or frustrated, you can express those feelings in a healthy way, whether it's through journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or engaging in physical activity. Suppressing emotions can lead to them building up over time, which can eventually lead to emotional outbursts or burnout. Instead of pushing your emotions down, allow yourself to feel them and then choose a healthy outlet for expression. Mastering emotional control also means learning to let go of things that are beyond your control. Often we get upset over things that we cannot change, someone's behavior, a difficult situation, or an unexpected setback. But when we focus our energy on these things, we only increase our stress and frustration. The key to emotional control is to shift your focus toward what you can control: your reaction, your mindset, and your action. By letting go of the need to control everything around you, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil and create space for more peace and clarity. Ultimately, mastering emotional control is about empowerment. When you learn to control your emotions, you take charge of your life. You no longer allow external circumstances to dictate your inner state. Instead, you become the captain of your own ship, navigating life's storms with grace and resilience. The more you practice emotional control, the more you will experience a sense of peace, confidence, and inner strength, no matter what challenges come your way. Resilience over reactions is a concept that has the power to reshape the way we handle adversity in life. Life will always present us with obstacles, whether it's a personal challenge, a career setback, or an unexpected life event. In those moments, we often face a choice: react impulsively to the situation or respond with resilience. Choosing resilience means understanding that how we respond to challenges rather than the challenges themselves will define our ability to. Reactions are automatic and driven by our emotions, but resilience is a deliberate choice that allows us to stay grounded, focused, and ready to move forward no matter what life throws our way. The problem with automatic reactions is that they are often fueled by fear, anger, frustration, or panic. These emotions can cloud our judgment and lead to decisions or actions that we might regret. For example, when faced with criticism, a reaction might be defensiveness or withdrawal. When facing failure, the reaction could be self-doubt or even giving up altogether. Reactions are natural, but they tend to be driven by our immediate emotional responses, often causing us to act before we have had the chance to think through the situation. When we act in the heat of the moment, we lose control, and the outcome of our actions is often less than ideal. Resilience, on the other hand, is the ability to stay composed in the face of adversity. It's about developing the inner strength to navigate life's challenges with patience, perspective, and perseverance. Resilient individuals do not ignore or suppress their emotions. Instead, they recognize their feelings, accept them, and choose to respond in a manner that aligns with their long-term goals and values. Resilience is the ability to endure through difficult times, to find meaning and growth in adversity, and to maintain a sense of hope and determination no matter how tough things get. One of the key aspects of resilience is the ability to detach from the emotional charge of a situation. Often when we are confronted with a challenge, our initial reaction is to feel overwhelmed or threatened. This is a natural response to stress, as our bodies are wired to react to danger. However, resilient individuals have learned how to step back from this emotional impulse and create space between the stimulus and their response. This space allows them to assess the situation more objectively without being swept away by their immediate feelings. Instead of reacting with panic or frustration, they can calmly evaluate their options and choose the most appropriate course of action. Resilience is built through practice and experience. The more challenges we face and overcome, the stronger our resilience becomes. However, resilience doesn't come easily. It requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles or setbacks, resilient individuals see them as opportunities for growth and learning. They understand that life's difficulties are a natural part of the journey and that they can be leveraged to build strength, wisdom, and character. When faced with hardship, rather than focusing on what is wrong or what has been lost, resilient people look for the lessons in the experience. This shift in perspective allows them to rise above the situation and continue moving forward with a sense of purpose and resolve. Another critical element of resilience is the ability to maintain hope and optimism, even in the darkest of times. Hope is not about denying the reality of a difficult situation, but about believing that things can improve and that there is a way through the challenge. Resilient individuals understand that setbacks and failures do not define them. They are simply part of the process. They remain hopeful because they know that with perseverance and a positive attitude, they can navigate through any storm. This hope is what fuels their determination to keep going, even when the path seems unclear or impossible. Self-awareness plays a significant role in resilience. The more you understand your own triggers, emotions, and thought patterns, the better equipped you are to respond with resilience when faced with adversity. Self-awareness allows you to recognize when you are starting to feel overwhelmed or reactive, giving you the opportunity to pause, breathe, and regain control. It also enables you to identify the stories you tell yourself about challenges. Often we create narratives around adversity that amplify the difficulty of the situation, making it feel insurmountable. Resilient individuals are aware of these stories and work to reframe them in a way that empowers them rather than holds them back. Instead of thinking, I can't handle this, they shift the narrative to, this is tough, but I can find a way through. Resilience also involves adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much we plan or prepare, things don't always go according to schedule. Resilient people understand the importance of adapting to changing circumstances. They do not resist change or try to control everything. Instead, they approach new situations with flexibility, knowing that they have the skills and mindset to navigate whatever comes their way. This adaptability allows them to bounce back from unexpected events with greater ease, as they are not rigid in their expectations or plans. One of the most significant factors in building resilience is the support system around you. While resilience is an internal strength, it is also supported by external relationships. Resilient individuals often lean on family, friends, mentors, or colleagues for guidance, encouragement, and perspective. They understand that they do not have to face challenges alone, and reaching out for support is a sign of strength, not weakness. The people who surround you can provide valuable insight, emotional comfort, and even practical help when times get tough. Resilient people understand the importance of asking for help and building a network of individuals who can help them navigate difficult times. Resilience also requires a deep sense of self-belief. When life gets difficult, it's easy to lose confidence and question our abilities. However, resilient individuals believe in their own strength and capacity to overcome challenges. They trust that no matter how hard things get, they have the inner resources to cope and ultimately prevail. This belief is built through past experiences of overcoming adversity and through positive self-talk. Resilient people are not afraid to fail because they know that failure is just a stepping stone to success. They view mistakes as opportunities for growth and improvement rather than as personal shortcomings. The ability to remain solution-focused is another hallmark of resilience. When faced with adversity, resilient individuals do not dwell on the problem or get bogged down by negative emotions. Instead, they focus on finding solutions and taking actionable steps toward resolution. They may not have all the answers immediately, but they take proactive steps to gather information, seek advice, and make decisions that will help them move forward. By focusing on solutions rather than problems, resilient people maintain their energy and momentum even when the situation is difficult. Ultimately, resilience is about not allowing external circumstances to dictate your internal state. Life will always present challenges, but how you respond to those challenges determines your growth and success. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from hardship, it's about thriving in spite of adversity. It's about using every difficulty as an opportunity to build strength, character, and wisdom. When you choose resilience over reactions, you are choosing a path of empowerment, personal growth, and unshakable strength. The power of perception is a concept that can radically change the way we experience life. How we perceive the world around us determines how we respond to it and ultimately how we live. Our perception is shaped by our beliefs, past experiences, and the way we interpret the events that occur in our lives. While we cannot always control the external circumstances we face, we have the ability to control our perception of those circumstances. This ability to shift how we perceive challenges, opportunities, people, and even ourselves is a powerful tool that can transform our emotional and mental well-being, ultimately leading to a life of greater fulfillment, resilience, and peace. The first step in understanding the power of perception is recognizing that perception is not objective, it is subjective. Two people can witness the same event, but each may interpret it completely differently. For example, two colleagues may receive the same critical feedback from their boss. One might perceive it as a valuable opportunity for growth and improvement, while the other may view it as a personal attack, leading to feelings of defensiveness and frustration. The event itself, the feedback, is neutral, but the way it is perceived by each individual shapes their emotional response and determines their actions. In this way, our perception becomes the lens through which we view the world, influencing our experience of reality. Our perception is often influenced by the stories we tell ourselves. These stories are the narratives we create about who we are, what we deserve, and how the world works. For example, if someone has a story that they are not good enough, or that the world is a hostile place, they will perceive situations through that lens, leading them to expect rejection or failure. On the other hand, if someone has a story of empowerment and belief in their own worth, they will perceive challenges as opportunities for growth and change. The The stories we tell ourselves are incredibly powerful because they shape the way we interpret everything around us. By becoming aware of these stories, we can begin to challenge and rewrite them, shifting our perception of ourselves and the world. One of the most important aspects of shifting perception is the ability to view challenges through a different lens. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, and how we perceive them will greatly impact our ability to navigate them. If we view challenges as obstacles or threats, we may become overwhelmed, anxious, or defeated. However, if we choose to view challenges as opportunities for growth and development, we can approach them with a sense of curiosity, resilience, and confidence. The way we frame challenges, whether we see them as roadblocks or stepping stones, determines our ability to overcome them and grow from them. Shifting our perception of challenges allows us to embrace them rather than fear them, and in doing so, we gain the strength and wisdom necessary to move forward. Similarly, the way we perceive other people plays a significant role in our relationships and interactions. People often carry with them judgments and assumptions about others based on stereotypes, past experiences, or personal insecurities. These perceptions can cloud our ability to truly connect with others and can lead to misunderstandings, conflict, or missed opportunities for collaboration. For example, if we perceive someone as difficult or unapproachable, we may approach them with caution, defensiveness, or even resentment. This perception can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our behavior toward them is influenced by our negative assumptions, which in turn causes them to respond in ways that confirm our initial perception. On the other hand, when we choose to see people through a lens of empathy and understanding, our perception of them shifts. We may begin to recognize their struggles, acknowledge their strengths, and appreciate their unique perspectives. This shift in perception opens the door to more positive and meaningful interaction. By choosing to perceive others in a more compassionate and open-minded way, we not only improve our relationships, but we also cultivate an environment of trust, collaboration, and mutual respect. Our perception of others can either build bridges or create barriers, and the choice is ours. One of the most profound ways that perception influences our experience is in the area of self-perception. How we perceive ourselves has a direct impact on our self-esteem, confidence, and overall sense of well-being. If we see ourselves as inadequate, unworthy, or incapable, we are likely to limit our potential and avoid taking risks. Our perception of ourselves dictates the actions we take and the opportunities we pursue. However, when we shift our perception and see ourselves as capable, worthy, and deserving of success, we begin to take bold steps toward our goals, overcome self-doubt, and embrace our full potential. Changing our self-perception requires a conscious effort to challenge the limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns that we may have internalized over time. Many of these beliefs are rooted in past experiences, societal expectations, or external validation. However, we must recognize that these beliefs do not define us. We have the power to reframe how we see ourselves and to cultivate a mindset that aligns with our true capabilities. This process involves self-compassion, forgiveness, and the willingness to let go of the past. By shifting our self-perception, we can create a more positive and empowering narrative that propels us forward in life. In addition to self-perception, our perception of time also plays a crucial role in how we experience life. Many people perceive time as something scarce or fleeting, leading to feelings of stress, urgency, or inadequacy. This perception can drive us to work harder, faster, and with less mindfulness, believing that there is never enough time to accomplish everything we need to do. However, when we shift our perception of time and recognize that we have control over how we manage it, we can begin to make more intentional decisions about how we spend our time and energy. Viewing time as a precious resource to be used mindfully, rather than something to be rushed through, allows us to slow down, focus on what truly matters, and create a sense of peace and balance in our lives. The way we perceive success and failure also plays a pivotal role in how we navigate life's challenges. Traditional societal definitions of success often focus on external achievements such as wealth, status, or recognition. However, this narrow definition of success can lead to dissatisfaction, comparison, and a constant feeling of inadequacy. Shifting our perception of success to include personal growth, fulfillment, and well-being allows us to experience success in all areas of our lives, not just in external accomplishments. Similarly, failure is often perceived as something negative or to be avoided at all costs. However, when we shift our perception of failure and see it as a necessary part of the learning process, we become more willing to take risks, make mistakes, and grow from our experiences. Failure is not a reflection of our worth, but rather a stepping stone on the path to success. In the realm of challenges and adversity, the power of perception is especially evident. Life is filled with ups and downs, and how we perceive those moments can determine how we cope with them. When we view adversity as something that happens to us, we may feel helpless, victimized, or defeated. However, when we shift our perception and see adversity as something that happens for us, an opportunity to learn, evolve, and develop resilience, we can approach difficult situations with a sense of purpose and empowerment. This shift in perception allows us to maintain hope and optimism, even when faced with hardship. Ultimately, the power of perception lies in our ability to choose how we interpret the world around us. While we cannot always control external circumstances, we can control how we perceive them. By changing our perception, we change our experience. Whether it's how we view challenges, people, ourselves, or time, our perception shapes our reality. The more we practice shifting our perception to one that empowers, uplifts, and inspires us, the more we will begin to see the world in a way that supports our growth and happiness. The power of perception is within our hands, and it is a tool that can transform our lives when we choose to use it wisely.